Skywarp is also a student of Justen, along with Starscream. Now, she is his senior, but not that much. So they were friends and comrades back when they were training, but she was obviously older than him, and she's always been the bigger sister to him. And she has much more taken on Justen's ideas of the traditional way of the warrior, that it's about discipline and control, it's about not using your force when you don't need to, it's about being disciplined, and it's about knowing your limits, it's about being modest, and all of that. And of course, we get a big lecture about that from Justen, and Skywarp completely, more or less, I mean, she's taken it into more modern directions, but she more or less agrees with this idea that you don't go off gallivanting and trying to become the warrior hero when you're supposed to be knowing your limits and being modest and being disciplined. So so Starscream invites her to Earth, and he says, Megatron has gone back to Earth. Megatron has gone back to Cybertron, which means that now I am in charge of the Decepticons on Earth until he comes back. But the other two are not respecting my authority. They keep on being disloyal. They keep mocking me. They keep disobeying my orders, and I just can't get anything done. Could you please come over here and become my lieutenant or my commander, so that I have, and be my loyal commander, so that the two of us can essentially be working together, and then it will be much easier to be a leadership body, to command authority, to actually get some discipline into this organization, and actually get some work done.
You'll reap some rewards as well.
And so she comes over, and she realizes, in a similar yet different way to what Justen realized. So Justen realized that this is just a tin-pot adventure that's completely abusing his teachings, and he wants to have nothing to do with it. Now, Skywarp does something similar but different, in that she comes over and she works with Starscream for a little while, for just a certain number of episodes, but then she just discovers that he actually hasn't taken on any of the teachings in any deep way. So while she has absorbed the teachings in a much more deeper way, he just seems to have done it on a more surface level. So even though she's only a little bit older than her, she's actually monumentally more strong than him. She is much more stronger than him, she's much more disciplined than him, and she has much more of a better appreciation of who she is than he does. And so she just thinks, this is just a childish nobody playing swords.
He has no idea who he is. He lacks direction, he lacks self-awareness, he's all messed up in those ways.
And so she gives him some sort of talking down speech saying, look, until you abandon this childish little sticks and rocks game on this provincial planet in the middle of nowhere, and actually learn who you actually are, who you want to be, and actually figure out you want to come back to Cybertron and do proper adult work like what I'm doing, until then, you're pretty pathetic and I don't want to have anything to do with you. And then she storms off and leaves him.
And also telling him that it's not Demolisher and Cyclonus that are the problem with this team. It's Starscream's leadership skills. Until he learns some, they won't be able to be a solid unit.